You don't realize how loud your life is until you step into a place like this. Everything here moves slow. Fog drifting through the branches. A bird calls from somewhere you can't quite see. A drop of water falling off a fern like it has nowhere else to be. It's the kind of quiet that doesn't ask you to speak. It just waits for you to notice. These are the Redwoods. Excuse me. Hey guys.
So we're just taking a stroll.
We are at the Ladybird Grove in Redwood National Park, California.
California, baby.
Spread across northern coastal California, Redwood National and State Parks form a mosaic of protected forests, prairies, rivers, and coastal bluffs. In 1968, the federal government established Redwood National Park. Later, it joined with 3 other state parks to be jointly managed for greater ecological integrity. Today, the complex protects roughly 139,000 acres of land, including nearly 45% of the remaining old-growth coast redwood forests on Earth. The trail begins simple enough. Ferns brushing your legs, a bit of mist hanging low over the path, and then the trees start to rise. And suddenly, you're not walking through a forest anymore. You're a part of it. Their trunks are so wide it feels almost inadequate to call them trees. They feel more like pillars holding up the sky. This is pretty cool. This feels enchanted. I know we said the last one was enchanted.
This feels like a movie set.
It feels very ethereal, very dreamlike. You find yourself whispering without meaning to, as though any louder sound might break the spell. They make you feel small, but not in a bad way. More like a reminder that being small isn't the same as being insignificant. Some of these trees have been alive for nearly 2,000 years. A number so big it stops meaning anything, really. They've seen fire, flood, lightning, and they're still here. Their bark feels like armor. The roots twist and braid underground, holding each other up through storms. That part gets me. How they literally stay standing because they're connected. No single tree could do it alone. If you stay still long enough, you start to notice how much is happening quietly. Tiny ferns growing from fallen logs. Mist collecting on moss like silent sponges. A salamander sliding past your boot with quiet intent. Everything here is working. Not rushing, not competing, just doing what it's meant to do at its own pace. It makes you wonder if we've forgotten how to live like that. Before this was a park, people lived here. Tribes who knew these trees better than anyone. They built with them, prayed among them, and somehow managed to leave no scar. Then came the rest of us. Axes, sawmills, the idea that bigger always means better. It took us a long time to realize what we were losing. Now the forest is protected, but walking here, you can still feel that tension between what we take and what we choose to keep. Some of these redwoods have stood here for over 1,000 years, when empires rose and fell, when languages changed, before this land was ever called California. They just kept reaching upward, and yet for all their height, the redwoods aren't proud things. They don't need to be. They grow in quiet cooperation, roots intertwining beneath the soil, holding one another steady through storms and centuries. I think that's what humility looks like in nature. Strength that doesn't boast, power that doesn't need to prove itself. They've been doing this long before we came here, and they'll keep doing it long after we're gone. It's oddly comforting, like the world doesn't revolve around us, And that's okay. You start to wonder what these trees have seen. How many fires, how many storms, how many people passing through, just like you. Tiny, curious, short-lived. To stand in a redwood grove is to confront humility. We, whose lives flicker briefly, are guests in the realm of ancestors. Inhale the damp earth, feel the sway of trunk and limb, let the light filter in as pattern and shadow. Eventually, you reach the end of the trail. The air starts to warm, the sound of cars creeps back in, and for a second, you wonder if you'll lose that calm the moment you leave. But you don't. It sticks. In your breath, in your shoulders, in that tiny part of you that remembers what stillness feels like. That's what the giants know. That slow doesn't mean wasted. That silence doesn't mean empty. That strength doesn't have to shout.
Okay, so this is what happens every single time Joe turns on the engine.
They just claw their way up to the driver's seat because everyone has to sit right here while we're driving. Guys, I love you so much. We can't be doing this. How am I going to make it down this mountain road with you guys? Are you even listening? Hello?
Mabel. Selective hearing.
They're so cute, though.
I know. Look at them.
You sweetie. It's so sweetie.
Yes, my girl.